Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
The Lovecast. The Lovecast. The Lovecast.
The Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
Greetings, Earthling friends, music lovers, and supporters of public access community radio. Welcome to your weekend edition of the Lovecast. The Lovecast is a broad spectrum music exploration program I like to describe as global sonic schizophonic. This means that the music you hear on the program from week to week can vary on a global level and touch on a diversity of musical styles. Sometimes it's all mixed up. Sometimes I focus on a specific genre, but through a broad spectrum. Sometimes I conform the musical selections to a theme. But the idea is that the Lovecast does not specialize consistently by focusing on one form of music. Instead, this program is designed for true music lovers, people who are open to a broad spectrum of musical styles rather than fixating on one specific genre of music. This is a short summary of what I do here on the Lovecast for anyone who is new to the show. And I'm sure if you're a regular listener to the program, you already know that every week is a sonic surprise here on the Lovecast. Beyond my passion and dedication to bring you this kind of broad spectrum musical programming, the Lovecast would not be reaching your ears without the generous financial support of our listeners and the students of the University of Toronto. So, I want to send out big love and gratitude to the good folk who took the time to make a financial donation to the CIUT FM Annual Spring Fund Drive 2024. And before we take off on this week's sonic journey into Lovecast land, I just want to take a moment to thank my supporters. This includes listeners who made their donations exclusively to the Lovecast, as well as donors who named the Lovecast as one of their favorite shows on their donor submission sheet. Some donors have requested to stay anonymous, so here's a list of all the good folk who don't mind me thanking them on air. And I apologize in advance if I pronounce your name incorrectly. It's not my intention. Big love and gratitude to J.A., Pamela Critton, Richard Awansky, Joyce Babula, Dana Fontaine, James Du, Catherine Huizenga, Chris Swerkless, Lori Whittemore, Manny Fisher, Robert Layton, Gordon Kruger, Greg Blanchard, Kevin Gibney, Kent Keys, Bryce Baker, John Chitalia, David Huband, Guy Perry, DC, Samuel St. Louis, and Fraser Wilson. I want to thank you all so very much for supporting public access community radio in Canada. You have my deepest respect, and this episode of the Lovecast is dedicated to you. So let's get the show on the road and into your ears. I've put together a rather eclectic selection of music for you this week, which is difficult to wrap a blanket around, but if I had to describe it in any way, I would say that it leans towards the acoustic and what some would describe as roots music, but in a global sonic schizophonic style like we do here on the Lovecast. The Lovecast Unplugged, and I'm going to begin our sonic journey in China with Nurazak Turdu performing You Are Moon.
Kaydan bağınamın Körbesem kölököngü canımamın Canımdan karı çıksan uzak ol Erteke çolun karap men zarıgamın kölöküme canınamın Canımdan karışırsan kusap olur Erte geç yolun taraf mezarıganım Kaybolsun ak bulutu aralağım Anda men kökmekimden kabarılam Kim bolson kök dengizdi yüzüp ötüp Yürektim nurum menen o jaralağım Kim bolson kök dengizdi yüzüp ötüp Yürektim nurum menen o jaralağım
Hi, I'm Diana Braithwaite,
And I'm Chris Whiteley.
and you're listening to the Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
remember where I'm from. It's cold and I'm ashamed of the man I've become. I do not look the same when I look into face looking back at me is the very thing I fear. It's raining in the streets, and I'm in Amsterdam. All the people that I meet tell me I might be Amsterdam's. I do not look the same when I look into the mirror. The lonely face looking back at me is the very thing I fear. For a plane, can't forget how far I've come, 'cause life it ain't no game. Sometimes it's cold and hard and rough. I've seen my share of pain and caused my share of tears, but the hurt that hides behind these eyes is the very thing I fear. I do not look the same. I cannot recognize behind the mask of shame and pain. Greenish downcast, cloudy bloodshot eyes. My greenish downcast, cloudy bloodshot eyes. Greenish downcast, cloudy bloodshot eyes.
From the moment I saw you, I could feel the burn. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. And I couldn't keep my eyes off you as you walked across the room. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. Well, I guess that I'll always wonder, was there something I could have said as you passed close by and you caught my eye? And I said nothing instead. For a moment you lingered. I could smell your perfume. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. Guess that I'll always wonder, was there something I could have said as you passed close by and you caught my eye? And I said nothing instead. For a moment you lingered. I could smell your perfume. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. Was there something I could have said as you passed close by and you caught my eye? And I said nothing instead. For a moment you lingered. I could smell your perfume. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned. All night I tossed and I turned.
Hey, this is Danny Bell, and you are listening to the Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
some drunken roots music from Hamilton-based teacher, composer, and musician Nothin Fleet, and an instrumental called Banjo Fishing. Much of the music Nothin composes is for film soundtracks. Vancouver-based musician Ginalina was in there with a playful hybrid of Chinese folk music and American bluegrass styles on a Taiwanese train song called Juju Deng. Going out to all the train hoppers. Some hillbilly swing in the set from a duo made up of guitarist Nathan Tinkham and bass player Keith Picot, performing Nathan's composition I Tossed and I Turned for all those folk who are sometimes affected by the phases of the moon. Nathan Tinkham lives on Lovecast Island, and Keith Picot dropped out of society a few years back and now homesteads in the Ecuadorian jungle. Some Rocky Mountain folk hop from Canadian duo Flint and Feather, and a selection from their lovely album The Very Thing I Fear, which you can find at flintandfeather.com. Flint and Feather with the title track from that album. We also heard a great instrumental fusion of Americana, jazz, and Indian music from the Toronto band So Long 7 with the composition World Now, We're Old. And I began with a selection from a series called Folk Music of China series with Volume 8, focusing on the folk songs of the Kazakh and Kyrgyz tribes from the northwestern area of China. And I began the show with this volume of the series performed by Nurazak Turdu called You Are Moon. This is the Lovecast in post-Fun Drive mode. This show is dedicated to the kind folk who took the time and invested the funds into supporting CIUT FM through the Lovecast. And I'm sending the musical love out to those dedicated souls. I named you all at the top of the program, and I will mention your names again during the intro to Hour 2. But let's focus on what we're doing right now in Hour 1, shall we? So here's a set with an old school country sass kind of flavor, beginning with the legendary loser, Big Fancy, right here, right now, on the Lovecast.
Nothing good happens after midnight. Don't believe me, wait right here and see. You be hanging out with all the local losers, getting drunk in a greasy bar with other freaks like me. Whiskey's running down my throat, tequila's in pursuit. Beer is taking up the rear, I'm the only one who'll lose. That last shot turned the tables, they're all headed the wrong way. Bet it all on good times, the back alley's getting paid. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight. You don't believe me, wait right here and see. You be hanging out with all the local losers, getting drunk in a greasy bar with other freaks like me. Spitting blood into the sink, looks like I've had too much to drink. My gums are giving up, my teeth, you're giving up on me. Who's the feller I saw you with who gave me this black eye? Hope it works between you two, seems like a decent guy. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight. Don't believe me, wait right here and see. You be hanging out with all the local losers, getting drunk in a greasy bar with other freaks like me. Coming home from the bar, some crossroads I happened by. Saw the devil sitting there, I stopped in to say hi. Tried to sell my soul for bus fare. He pointed at my lifelong list of sins. Said I'd already be going down there, and it's a pretty weak deal for him. Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing good happens after midnight.
CIUT 89.5 FM.
Pull up a chair, son, I'ma tell you a story. Young folks today have no idea what it's like to do without. We used to walk 46 miles over jagged shale in the dead of winter in bare feet, stopping only for a minute or two to warm our frostbitten toes in steaming horse manure. And when we got to the school, the principal would beat us about the head and neck with a rusted curtain rod and rub us all up and down with pickling salt. And when I got home, I had to plow over 600 acres of land with a soup ladle, before we all sat down at the dinner table and shared a rotten grate. Then Dad would pull out his old fiddle, and after a couple tries, he'd realize he had no idea how to play the fiddle. Then he'd get all frustrated and bash our heads in with a wagon wheel spoke. And we were damn thankful for it. Yeah. Get it. Come on, baby. Well, it all got started back in 53. It was the longest winter that we ever did see. Come late May and the ground still froze. It was early June when the bank foreclosed. My daddy said, son, I got a chance to go. He took a factory job in Ohio. Well, I cussed him out when he walked away. I said, you can run, but I'm not gonna stay. And Mama looked at me and said, this ain't no life. 7 kids and a poor man's wife. Standing firm while I held my ground. It was up to me to turn the farm around. And I'm worth a fortune for a working man. Got 44 acres of bottom land. Money don't mean a goddamn thing when you bet your life on a poor man's dream. Country raised and certified and cursed by the devil with a poor man's pride. chopping wood and cutting cane, picking rocks in the pouring rain, plowing fields, planting seeds, digging ditches and pulling weeds, barely make enough to pay the bills, and if the reaper don't get you, then the taxman will. And I'm worth the fortune for a working man, got 2 bad knees and a left darn tan. Well, I burned my fingers and I froze my toes, got holes in my boots and holes in my clothes, country raised and certified, cursed by the devil with a poor man's pride. Church, I never went to school. I've been bit by a snake, I've been kicked by a mule, I've been kissed by girls and chased by dogs, been scratched by cats and chewed by hogs, struck by lightning and hit by a truck, and I live long enough not to give up. When I'm all worked out and they put me down, and I rest my soul in the cold, cold ground, broken proud is how I died. Nothing wrong with a poor man's pride. Saving money won't save your soul, cause you can't take it with you, baby, when you go. And I'm worth a fortune for a working man, keep all my money in an old milk can, never ask for $1, never ask for a dime, never been to a bank cause I never had time, country raised and certified, and cursed by the devil with a poor man's pride.
Swinging out with Spanish composer and instrument inventor Pepino Pascual doing the bottom swing from his album 2, spelled T-U. We also heard from a handful of Canadian country outlaws, including Vancouver Island-based honky-tonk madman Conrad F. Campbell, and one of several releases by him called Hellbound and Honky Tonkin'. You can connect with Conrad F. Campbell at his website online, where you can find some of his really cool videos and several of his albums, which you can download for free. Conrad F. Campbell, and something for Mike the Mechanic called Workin' Man. We also heard from my friend Slim Sandy and the Hillbilly Boppers, who have a new release called Lazy Day. Slim Sandy and the Hillbilly Boppers are based in Victoria, BC, and you heard them doing the Jack and Jill Boogie. We also heard something from the new album by Big Fancy and the Shiddy Cowboys, who are an old-timey traditional country outfit based in Fort Fraser, British Columbia. They look like they're straight off the stage at the Grand Ole Opry circa 1950s, and not only are they fine musicians, but their songwriting pays homage to that old country wordplay and clever sense of humor. The new album is available on Bandcamp, and it's called The Legendary Loser Wins Again. Big Fancy and the Shiddy Cowboys launching that set with the song Nothin Good Happens After Midnight. My name is Dave O Rama, and this show is dedicated to all the good folk who supported the Lovecast during the fund drive with a generous donation to support CIUT FM and community radio in Canada. We still could use your help, so if you would like to donate, you can do just that at www.ciut.fm. On the show today, I put together a big selection of roots music in an unplugged global sonic schizophonic style, so I hope you're enjoying what I'm putting in your ears this week. Right now, I'm going to delve into some blues for those who need a lift to get up out of your rut. So let's get into it right now with Cumberland, BC based musician and festival curator Tereza Tomek, and a song from her for people like me who suffer from the seasonal blues.
Told me I've got a case of the seasonal blues, but winter don't last that long. My doctor told me I could use some time in the sun, some equatorial living, but my sixth string sounds like an old church organ from the Gothic times. And when I walk away, the melody haunts me over chorus of wind chimes, leaving me wondering, when did my starry careless nights, following primal appetite, stop morphing into sunny carefree mornings? After this starry careless night, inhibitions of returning. Can someone please tell me what it is I'm mourning? Electron beams permeate my eyes through the hostile static. Now cello playing in a basement is where I wanna be, avoiding the eyes of the prisoners I could set free. Chains clanging that melody. When did my starry careless nights, following primal appetite, stop morphing into sunny carefree morning? After this starry careless night, inhibitions are returning. Can someone please tell me what it is I'm mourning?
Hi there, this is Jimmy Roy. You're listening to the Lovecast with Dave O Rama. Keep it up.
Every day is another day that I'm one step closer to you. I'll get down on my knees and pray. That's about all that I can do. And early in the morning, the sun will shine, but then I know everything gonna be alright. 'Cause every day is another day. I'm one step closer to you. In the evening with the setting sun, that's another day good and done. It's been way too long, and the way I feel, you know it can't be wrong. Yes, and when I reach up to the sky, then I know that everything gonna be alright. Every day is another day that I'm one step closer to you. One step closer. Today is the day I'm one step closer to you. Time slips away. There ain't nothing that we can do. Yeah, when I reach up to the sky, yes, then I know that everything will be alright. Every day is another day that I'm one step closer to you. Every day, I'm one step closer to you. Every day is another day overdue. Yes, and when I reach up to the sky, then I know that everything gonna be alright. Every day is another day that I'm one step closer to you. That I'm one step closer to you. But that I'm one step closer to you. Yeah.
How far will you go?
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 How far will you go? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all just as nuts.
Something Kinda Nuts from a band that, in my opinion, create instrumental musical comedy in a schizophonic style, mixing up a variety of grooves on an album called Canberra, which was released in September of last year. That release and 2 others are available on the Bandcamp page for Toronto band Davis Hall and the Green Lanterns, and you heard a playful slab of something there with a fat New Orleans flavor to it called Low Banks. We also had 2 blues artists in the set who were both nominated this year for Juno Awards in that category. Our friends Blue Moo Marquee won that award in the blues category, but there was a lot of fine talent among the nominees, including New Brunswick musician Matt Andersen in there, with Matt Andersen and the Big Bottle of Joy asking the question, how far will you go? Also, a neighbor of Blue Moon Marquee, born in Whitehorse, Yukon, but now based in North Cowichan on Vancouver Island, Mr. Brandon Isaak, with the title track of his Juno-nominated album One Step Closer. And we began the set with something for the folk like me who are easily affected by the seasonal blues. As you know, I like it warm, but I was surprised to find a lot of people out on the West Coast who like cold, dreary weather. Although we have a huge heap of snowbirds out here who head south every winter. One day, that will be me as well. From a 2013 release by songwriter Tereza Tomek called Cryptozoology, Tereza is based in Cumberland, BC on Vancouver Island, and she plays in about 2,000 bands, in addition to her work producing the wonderful Wood Stove Festival every November. Tereza came on the Lovecast back in 2016 to promote the festival when they were gearing up for the premiere of Wood Stove, and you can find that show back in our audio archives at www.mixcloud.com/Dave O Rama. There's about almost 600 shows that you can listen to there. My name is Dave O Rama, and I'm excited because since climate change became a thing out here on the West Coast, our summers have been getting shorter and people have been getting used to us getting really crappy weather in June after living with flowers since February. They started calling it Junuary, and I don't like it. But this year, I was thrilled that the weather out here has warmed up and remained mostly sunny, and so far, Junuary has stayed away, and I'm very thankful for that. That makes me very happy, and what would make me even happier is if you would consider sticking around while we travel through the color of silence and station identification with British harp guitarist Jason Carter leading the way into the next dimension of the Lovecast.
I'm Lily Frost, and you're listening to the Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
Welcome to hour 2 of your weekly dose of the Lovecast, for this week featuring a schizophonic selection of mostly acoustic roots music from a global sonic perspective. I'm your host, producer, and musical selector, Dave O Rama, filling your weekend with my oddball musical explorations into global sonic schizophonic landscapes. The Lovecast is produced for CIUT FM, campus-based community radio with studios located in downtown Toronto and broadcasting from the first Canadian place to Southern Ontario and Upper State New York. You can also find CIUT FM on numerous alternative platforms, which you can explore by visiting www.ciut.fm, a place where you can also make a kind financial donation in support of this station, the Lovecast, and public access community radio in Canada. If you have an issue with corporate media monopolies, then you need to support your community radio stations, or you will lose them to financial entropy, and those limited licenses originally slated for public access will be sucked up by corporate interests, as has happened in the past. I'd like to thank all the kind, conscious folk who understood this by supporting CIUT FM and the Lovecast with your donations during our current annual Spring Fund Drive 2024. Yes, we do this twice a year, but we are actually listener-supported year-round, so you can donate anytime you feel inspired. Big radio love, hugs, and gratitude going out to J.A., Pamela Critton, Richard Awansky, Joyce Babula, Dana Fontaine, James Dew, Catherine Huizenga, Chris Swerkles, Lori Whittemore, Manny Fisher, Robert Layton, Gordon Kruger, Greg Blanchard, Kevin Gibney, Kent Keys, Bryce Baker, John Chitalia, David Hubbard, Guy Perry, DC, Samuel St. Louis, and Fraser Wilson. Thank you all so much for your conscious support of public access community radio here in Canada. You are the reason why CIUT FM has been here for the past 37 years, and my hope is that our community will continue to support this station long after I have left this planet Earth. Thank you so much for supporting what we do and what I do here to promote music and musicians here on the public airwaves. And loads of love and gratitude to all the University of Toronto students who also support the station with their student fees. Enough respect to all of you from the Lovecast. The Lovecast brings you positive vibes for challenging times, and this week I'm serving up roots acoustic music and an unplugged global sonic schizophonic style. New York-based multi-instrumentalist Dennis Lickman from a moody album called Secret Workshop Under My Voice, leading us into a long, watery meditation by Belgium group Chantal Acta and the Atlantic Drifters called Seafoam, for all the folks who like to float along with the Lovecast.
Give me a second to understand the core of this. Never reach the inside. I just fear. Looking at the waves now, leaving life and death behind. The mute just spreads her wings and she listening to the birds sing. It feels so right, so I could just disappear. Sick of
Hi, I'm Cass from El Combo Cumbia Landia, and you're listening to the Lovecast with Dave O Rama, full of love.
Vancouver singer and multi-instrumentalist Imad Armush, a talented and versatile musician who plays the oud, ney, and flamenco guitar with an Arabic flavor profile. A collection of collaborations he released on one recording called Imad Armush's Duos, working with several veterans from the Vancouver music scene. Under My Voice is his composition called Tala, in a duet with drummer Kenton Lowen. The Lemon Bucket Orchestra has a new album out, and they are one of those incredible live bands that you must see at least 1,000 times before you die. Always a good time with the Lemon Bucket. The new recording is called Cuckoo, and we jacked it up a notch for a moment in a Balkan klezmer gypsy party punk style with a song that reminds me of Algerian filmmaker Tony Gatliff's 1997 film of the same name, Lemon Bucket Orchestra with Gajodilo. Tony Gatliff's being the person who, in my opinion, directed the best music documentary ever, which is called Lacho Drone. And it is available to watch for free on YouTube. Also from Toronto, the tango quartet Payadora and a project coordinated by broadcaster and journalist Daniel Rosenberg, combining several dark elements from human history and the Holocaust. From Payadora.com, Silent Tears, the last Yiddish tango, is based on poems, testimonies, and writings of women who were victims of sexual violence and torture during the Holocaust. Some songs are from a project led by Dr. Paula David, a social worker at a Toronto Jewish care home who helped survivors process their trauma by writing collective poetry. Others are from Molly Applebaum, a Toronto-based author who, during her adolescent years, was buried underground in a small wooden box in a barn in Poland during the war to avoid the Nazis. This is an incredible project, and there is lots to unpack at the Silent Tears page on the Payadora website. So I encourage you to go explore that. In the meantime, I got to meet up with Daniel Rosenberg last April when he and I attended a Kiran Alawalia concert together, and he told me wonderful stories about touring this project with Payadora down in Brazil. He and the band have just flown off to Europe, where they will be showcasing this important work in Germany, Austria, Poland, and Czechia. So I wish them great acclaim. Payadora, Silent Tears, the last Yiddish tango, and the composition Tell Me Where Can I Go. And to begin that set, from Belgium for Joël, Chantal Acta, and the Atlantic Drifters with a nice long meditative piece called Seafoam from the new release Silently Held, right here on an acoustically inclined version of the show this week to add a touch of schizophonics to your personal soundtrack. My name is Dave O Rama, and I have to admit that I possess a cinematic imagination. So the music I listen to, no matter where it comes from, always forms images of people and places in my mind. And I'm hoping that the Lovecast does that for you as well. Like right now, I'm going to have violinist Blanca Atable take us all the way back to Spain and walk us out into a moist, dewy field in the Ebro Valley. So let's follow her lead, shall we?
The Lovecast with Dave O Rama. What's that? Come again? I said, the Lovecast with Dave O Rama. Yeah, the Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
बसती बने वनमाली बसती बने
The sound of your city. CIUT 89.5 FM.
ज़मीं पर फिर किताबें आसमानी की ज़रूरत है ज़मीं पर फिर किताबें आसमानी की ज़रूरत है तुझे तुझे जिंदगी ताज़ा
I'm Kieran Aluwalia, and this is the Lovecast with Dave O Rama.
Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Whisper sweet and tell the words and open up my heart. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Standing on the other side of the river, I'll be waiting to hear your voice. When you tell me everything I've never heard, I've never heard. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river, where the waterfall caresses rocks on the mountainside. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river, where the early morning sunshine lights up the valley green. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. I'll be waiting in the water where the rainbow ends. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Stand upon a rock and call my name out loud. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Whisper sweet and tender words and open up my heart. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Standing on the other side of the river, I'll be waiting to hear your voice. When you tell me everything I've never heard, I've never heard. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Meet me at the river. Mama. Meet me at the river. 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 Meet me at the
Dave O Rama coming up over the haunting music of Beirut musicologist and musician Farah Kadur. The album is called Bada, and you can stream it and download it on Bandcamp. A beautiful duet there featuring Canadian-based South African singer Lorraine Klassen and South African guitarist, composer, arranger, musical director, and producer Mongezi Ntaka on an album showcasing the uplifting music of the townships, perfectly demonstrating how music can be used to empower people and bring hope even in the worst of times. On this theme, I highly recommend the documentary Amandla, A Revolution in 4-Part Harmony, a film about the power of music. Going out with love to Francois, Lorraine Klassen, and Mongezi Ntaka with the song Meet Me at the River. From Gambia, the beautiful West African sounds of musician Dauda Jobarta, from the 2011 album Northern Light Gambian Night, and a glimmering piece of music called Bamba Bojang. a selection from the excellent new release Comfort Food from Juno Award-winning New York-based singer and composer Kiran Ahluwalia. It was nice reconnecting post-COVID with Kiran and her partner and guitarist Reza Bassi while they were touring Ontario this past April. She has a great band, and this new recording is quite powerful. According to her website, kiranmusic.com, she has a free show coming up Saturday, July 13th at the David Geffen Hall in New York City. If you want to attend, you will have to RSVP online at Kiran's website. Kiran Ahluwalia, the new release Comfort Food, and a dreamy composition called Zamin Par. Also, something from a fall 2023 release from Montreal-based string trio Ramage. It's a self-titled album available on Bandcamp, featuring collaborations with a fascinating assortment of global musicians who are based in Canada. From Ramage, we heard a medley in Mohanam, featuring Indo-Canadian vocalist Lavanya Narasaya, a family practitioner who has been working with immigrant families and refugees here in Canada for the past 2 decades. And to begin that final mix of the week, Spanish violinist Blanca Atable with her new studio album Las Formas del Agua and the song Do. Some hydration for you before I send you on your way for today. And there you have it, another Lovecast in your love bag to dance your mind into the coming week. I hope you enjoyed my musical trip today. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and big love and rivers of gratitude to all the people who have been supporting our annual fund drive, CIUT-FM, Canadian Community Radio, and all the incredible people who invest their passion, dedication, hard work, and their incredible knowledge into bringing you world-class, cutting-edge radio programming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're listener-supported all year round, so please send your favorite shows some donation love at www.ciut.fm. And thank you all so much for keeping us here on the air and in your ears. You are all an important part of our diverse and colorful broadcast community spectrum, and that's what we're here to celebrate. I've got Toronto-based singer Tanika Charles here to hit that message home. So I'll leave you to paint the town with your beautiful spirit. And until we meet up here again next week, this is Dave O Rama wishing you peace, love, and consciousness.
I got a story to tell. Don't let them dim your shine, alright? See, I was born under a cold blue moon, and let me tell you now, I never grew up with no silvery spoon. I'm told gold is gold and money is green, but life ain't nothing but a technicolor dream. So won't you give me that green light? Do what you wanna do. I can't help it, I just gotta keep on going, keep on, keep on. Green light, and do what you wanna do. Psychedelic, I just gotta keep on going, keep on. Some people go through life feeling somber and blue, and let me tell you now, some people view it through a rose-colored hue. Ooh, some burn bright like a pyrotechnic flare. Some are yellow belly and scared. I'm just peachy keen to be here. See, my complexion is mahogany with a burnt sienna, and my personality is more like hot magenta. You take a paintbrush and a palette and your very special talent. And if life is what you make it, well, you better make it stylish. I say, green light, do what you wanna do. Show me your true colors and I'll mix them all up with you. Woo! I'm pouring brown fella from around my way. What's your Pantone, handsome? Let's inspire, Sapphire. It's your choice, turquoise. And let it go, indigo. Hey, get in the circle, purple. You know you heard of me, burgundy. And what you think, pink? You know that fuchsia really suits you.